Okay, as you already may know, I am currently working on my, redo review of Cats and Dogs Free Paws Unite, which might be, my final video for now, which is going to be coming out, I think, next Sunday, I believe. But in the meantime, I've got a few more videos to make before my final video happens. Tonight's review is a retrospective review, which is a request from one of my subscribers. Thank you for the request. And of course, subscribers wanted me to review Garfield the movie. Of course, I remember watching this years ago, and I remember liking it. But of course, to this day, I still like it. I mean, I know the same thing could be said, in my Scooby-Doo. Why I love, Scooby-Doo and, Garfield the movie. You may ask, how come you like those two movies when you hate the Sony Animation Peter Rabbit movies? I mean, like I said in my Scooby-Doo retrospective review, Peter Rabbit movies I really hate. I cannot stand Rabbit movies. How, sadistic they are. But, they have, humor that looks like something straight out of Modern Family Guy. This, of course, I think, maybe, since this came out in 2004, I think, it might be, I don't know, 18 years old now. I don't know if it's going to have, an anniversary coming up. Maybe it might. Before I talk about the movie, we have to talk about, Garfield himself, I mean, since I'm already reviewing the live-action movie, the computer-animated movie, the brand-new computer-animated movies coming out next year, so why not review the live-action movie? You may remember, Garfield started out as a comic, and then, became, a big icon with, merchandise and, cartoons, and, of course, 2 live-action movies. And, of course, these days, Garfield is basically known as a meme at this point. I mean, seriously. I mean, Garfield, he has more memes than, Sonic and Shrek. But let's get back to, Garfield movie. Since, it's a 2000s talking animal movie, which, of course, the 2000s really had something for, talking animal movies. Why do you think Hollywood keeps making more talking animal movies? Because, they bring in money. Well, not really all of them, but most of them do. And of course, this one's an exception. I mean, of course, Garfield the movie, I can say, yes, it's got everyone Garfield, John, and Odie as well. I mean, the movie can also serve as, a prequel or some sort, where, how Garfield met Odie. At first, he didn't get along, and then at the end, he learns to, accept him. I mean, to me, this is why I still love Garfield the movie. But, of course, yes, I know, it's got, some problems, not really. No, there's only one problem. That's probably, the villain, which I don't know why so many of these have villains, and I don't know why. But again, movies like Cats and Dogs, they had, the first one had Mr. Tinkles, which works out really well. But, a villain in this, not really. Yeah, and they also had, outdated pop culture references. I know, outdated pop culture references, but compare that to, something like, the Peter Rabbit movies. Had, something like, cruel humor, which, jokes that, trying to be like, something straight out of, Home Alone or the Three Stooges, which it did not work. I mean, yeah, this Garfield the movie also had, product placement as well, but for some reason, it didn't really bother me too much. Not like, most movies that come out, today. I mean, adaptations of, something like, cartoons or books, sometimes they have to be different. They don't always need to follow the source material. And, the weird thing about, Garfield the movie, the fact, its parent company, I think, 20 Studios, I mean, that, which is owned by Disney. I'm surprised, the live-action Garfield movies are owned by Disney, but the whole Garfield franchise is not, which is owned by Nickelodeon, which I still don't know why the new animated Garfield movie isn't distributed by Nickelodeon. Underrated? I mean, like the Scooby-Doo movie, I'm sure, this movie also had memes of its own. It's actually funny, this movie was already mentioned twice in, the Zombieland franchise, including, Zombieland Double Tap. Someone like me who loves, the Garfield movie, you know, I also like, Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap. I actually did, how they made jokes about, the Garfield movie. It's actually hilarious. Still, I'd actually still, love this to this day. I even have the DVD, and, my DVD collection. Yes, I also have Zombieland Double Tap in my DVD collection, don't I? And it's kind of weird, this movie's on Disney Plus for some reason. So, do I give this a 10 out of 10? Well, yes, actually. I actually do give it a 10 out of 10. No, I actually give it a 9 out of 10.